Uno.
Dos.
Choice.
Squaw! Hey guys, what's up?
So,
How's it going?
dude, so it's been a
good.
minute since we've all been
I
like
know, it's
in
been
the
Yes.
same.
What, 3 or 4 weeks?
It has been.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The gang's back together.
The gang is back together. I'm not feeling super well.
I'm not either,
Oh,
man.
me neither.
Got these allergies going.
It's the weather, bro.
Yeah, so hey, it's worth it though because springtime is approaching.
It is.
Yeah.
We were
Yes.
able to be outside last
It
night
Yes.
at the time.
Felt
of this
so
recording.
good.
Yeah, because it was like a tornado watch, and then we walked outside. We're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's nice outside. So
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we walked out there. We were going to do it inside. We were like, we should do it outside. I love TRS outside. It is so much fun. I like it
it
inside.
feels
though.
like TRS.
It does feel like
Yeah.
TRS outside.
When we're inside, it's like, but like when we're outside, we're like, yeah, this is TRS.
This is
Yes.
TRS. I like it.
It was so
I enjoyed
nice.
it. I like the springtime because it reminds me that my birthday's close.
Oh, really? When's your
Yeah.
birthday?
The 24th of April.
Oh, wow.
It's my
Coming
Taylor
up.
Swift year.
What? Oh, 22?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This will be my Kobe year.
Your Kobe year.
24.
Amen.
24 years old. How old are you, Alexis?
21.
21. Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Yes.
How,
Or
did you
you
like
just
just turn
turned?
21 or
In January.
in
January.
January?
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow. Big
Yeah.
year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Big year. Big 2-1.
Big year.
Yep.
Well, yeah. You know what this weekend is?
Dude, yeah.
What?
WrestleMania, baby.
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
So you guys, everyone probably listening doesn't watch WrestleMania, but
Oh, that and when they hear this,
I
it's
have
gonna be
never
like
heard
a
of
week
it.
after, like, cause it's this. So we record this on like basically a week prior than when we actually post
yeah,
it.
so it's already over.
It's already over, so we know who kind of wins. But Dave and I,
Congratulations,
I guess,
Cody Rhodes, on winning the.
dude. If you say that and he doesn't, bro.
Both belts, whatever they call it, but dude, wrestling goes crazy.
Here's the deal. I like if people like the people that say, "Oh, it's like, it's fake." Like, yeah,
It's not.
It's not, but
It's
it's
not
entertaining,
fake.
bro. It is entertaining.
fake.
It is entertaining.
So is this an all-day event?
It's a 2-day.
I've
event.
never even
So
heard
it's
of
not
it.
all
So
day, but it's
yes.
2 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like
like
this is
4
like the
hours
biggest,
each.
like
Okay.
the biggest wrestling event.
Mhm.
Okay.
The Rock is back.
The Rock is
Oh.
back.
Wow.
The Rock, man.
Randy
Like,
Orton.
Somehow. Yeah.
The Viper. RKO.
I also hear
I have
rumors
a
that Stone
figurine.
Cold Steve Austin might be there this weekend.
Uh-oh.
Bro, can you imagine?
I have a Randy Orton action figure at my desk.
No way.
Yeah.
If you were, if
He's
you
standing
were,
next to the lamp.
How come I've never seen that
it's
before?
right there. It's like right there.
Yeah.
Dave, if you were like a wrestler, have you ever thought about like what your name would be?
I have no clue. I did not think about that.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like you would come up with a pretty creative one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Frog splash, RKO, do the attitude. Like I used
that's
to
your
practice all.
moveset.
Yeah, I used to practice all those moves.
But you don't know what your wrestling name would be.
I feel like it would be something with Fret.
It have to be.
Fred.
Like,
Don't fret
Dave
with the fret.
Fret. Dave Fret. It's like John Cena. Dave
Yeah.
Fret.
You can't see me. What if you're like he says you can't see me? What if Dave's like you can see me, and I'm right in front of you, and I'm about to
You fret me.
take you down?
Oh,
Oh.
no,
Wow.
That's kind of lame.
But it is a big weekend. Probably very. I don't know how many our students actually
Probably
watch
none.
that stuff, but yeah, I wouldn't say like I'm an avid watcher. Like I definitely like big events like this. Like I did during homework. I did watch the Royal Rumble because it's such a like an iconic thing.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
But-
Wrestling, am I right?
Wrestling, man. It's an all-day event. You know, I gotta wake up and fuel myself for the day. You know what I mean? For that type of day.
is that type of thing?
Breakfast. I'm a big like. Are you guys like a big breakfast fan? Like, do you guys eat breakfast quite often?
I don't
try to.
typically.
Yeah. I like breakfast.
Yeah.
It's the most important meal of the day,
Is it?
isn't it?
Can you give me like a reason why it's the most important meal of the day?
Because it's
Because
the
people
first
say
meal
that
of
to
the
me.
day.
That's fair, I
So,
guess.
Most people just skip breakfast.
I wake up too early to eat breakfast.
You wake up too early.
Wait,
to
I'm
eat-
sorry.
No.
What?
You
yeah.
wake up too. You normally I
doesn't
hear
make
I wake up
sense.
too late. to eat
No.
breakfast.
Like, so I wake up and it's too early, and so then I feel like if
time
I
do you wake up?
ate, like, okay, it's not actually too
Oh.
early. It's
I see
well,
what
it's
you're
like it's early
saying.
for me
So
because
she
I would
wakes-
prefer to sleep in, but I wake up at like 6 or 7
Okay.
sometimes between then, and
And you're like, oh, I don't want to eat.
yeah, because it's too early. My body hasn't woken up. So I get
That's
sick if I
fair.
eat that
That's
early.
fair.
Wow.
Yeah. I sometimes wake myself up early enough to eat breakfast.
Saturdays are like the best breakfast days.
I agree.
Brunch.
I can wake up enough
old
and like make some
brunch.
scrambled
Yes.
eggies.
Yeah.
You know
Or
what I mean?
waffle.
A waffle, like a Belgian waffle.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
With fruit on
I'm a
top.
big bagel guy though.
Bagel. I love bagels.
I do too.
Being up from New
Yes.
Jersey, it's like, dude, New Jersey, New York bagels. At my grandparents' house, we used to ride our bikes to Manhattan Bagel on
Yeah.
Saturday mornings.
That's like a movie scene.
Yeah, it
Like go
is.
ride your bike. To
Get a bagel with cream cheese and a yoo-hoo.
A yoo-hoo?
Oh yeah.
What is
that?
that?
You don't know what yoo-hoo is?
No.
What is a yoo-hoo?
What is
Oh
it?
my gosh, yoo-hoo is it's not chocolate milk, but it's a chocolate beverage.
A chocolate beverage?
So what's like
chocolate
a
milk.
base?
What?
What's the base?
The base?
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. It's basically chocolate milk, but yoo-hoo is amazing.
Yoo-hoo?
Look it
Look
up.
that up.
Look it up.
Yoo-hoo? How do you spell it?
Yoohoo.
Like Yahoo?
You.
Like the
Ooh.
carton things?
No, it's like a can.
Is it
Or
And
like
it's
bottles.
yellow?
milk?
Bottles, yeah.
It's yellow.
Oh,
it has
this
a chocolate.
stuff.
I've
Yes.
seen
Oh.
those. Oh,
Yeah,
my
Insert a
chocolate
picture of
beverage.
Yoo-hoo right here for Thomas. That's Yoo-hoo. I didn't know that
It's
was Yoo-hoo.
so good.
Yeah, I haven't had it before.
It's chocolate milk, but it's
Yeah.
not chocolate beverage.
That's fair.
That's what they brand it as.
Chocolate milk, man.
Dude,
Interesting.
chocolate beverage. Dude, but breakfast smacks.
They did.
Like if breakfast is if breakfast is done right, it can be the best meal of the day.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's also pretty easy to make breakfast. I realize. Like it doesn't take a lot of effort.
You can't mess
Yeah.
up cereal, am I right?
You can't mess up cereal, bro.
You can mess up eggs, but it's hard.
It's hard to mess up eggs.
I-
I mean, if you do bagels, like all you have to do is just like
You just put it on.
Waffles.
waffles. This yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty simple.
Yeah. This morning I had sourdough bread, homemade sourdough. Emma
That
made
sounds great.
a batch of bread. Oh my
Yum.
goodness.
That sounds amazing.
Homemade bread is so good.
I'm kind of upset he didn't bring any to us
Yeah.
today, bro. But it's
Sorry.
okay.
Well, and it's a lot healthier too, because literally it's only like flour and
Yeah.
water. Like it's not none of the like the preservatives, and it is so good. I'm getting hungry right now
Yeah.
just thinking about it.
Me too. I ate breakfast while I was driving here, so I had the little those little mini muffins. You know what I'm talking about?
Little bite.
The little bite mini muffins.
Those are so
Blueberry or
good.
chocolate?
Chocolate.
Of course.
I always think they don't put enough in there. If
It's
they
four.
put exactly,
It's four.
they don't put enough, bro.
But the brownies they only put 3 in.
Why
Yeah,
is that?
that's-
Is it just too
Because
much?
they're little bites.
That's fair.
I don't know.
Because
Because
they know people will buy them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because it's a serving.
It's
That's
a
one.
serving.
That's one serving, I
It's
guess.
alright. I can make my own servings.
Yeah. Have you ever seen like the crazy things where it's like you see like the serving size and it's like what the heck? Like a pack of ramen noodles. How many servings do you think that is?
That's actually a good question. When I make ramen, I don't think it's enough. Like I usually make
One
two.
pack of ramen, it's like that's one serving, right?
Sure.
It's 2 servings actually.
You're joking.
Wait,
No.
actually?
Yeah.
Who's determining what's a serving?
The nutrition people. I have no clue.
I need to
but
talk to these
it's like,
nutrition people.
Yeah. If I'm making a pack of ramen, I'm not eating half of it and storing half of it away. No, I'm eating the whole thing.
Right.
Maybe eat 2 packs of it if I'm hungry.
That's what I do. I make 2 packs.
I'm gonna be honest, I've never had it.
You've never had
Ramen?
ramen noodles?
No.
Wow.
How are you a college student?
That's what I'm saying. Ramen, like
'Cause
I
I try to
understand.
eat healthy.
Wow.
Ramen, listen.
Ramen is healthy.
When I can have a budget, I will eat healthy. But right now, I'm on a college budget, so whatever
Yeah.
is in my
Hey.
house,
Even if you're on, like, even if you're rich, it's like, there's nothing better than like a cheap meal.
it's literally the
Ramen.
Oh, yeah,
easiest
for
thing in the
sure.
world. My parents bought me like this
That's
like
Dave
ramen
Ramsey.
cooker. This ramen cooker, dude, it is the best thing in the world. It is so simple. I just put the ramen in there, put it in the microwave, fill water with it. It's great. It's done in the next 4 minutes.
What's your favorite
Chicken.
chicken? I don't even know if I've had any of them.
I don't think I've ever had
There's
any
like
other ones.
beef, there's shrimp. I mean, sometimes I'll bring in like what's really good is like the yakisoba or whatever, like the Japanese noodles.
Okay.
It's like in like the little packages. I'll bring that in and have it for lunch sometimes.
Yeah.
It's got like some like vegetables in it. It's really like weird though, because like what you do is like they're like dehydrated, so
Right.
you gotta like rip the bag open, put it over the noodles, and then put the water in it and put it in the microwave. But dude, it's pretty good.
You know what I did the other night?
It's like $1 too.
That's nice.
I'll give you story time. So I went to Taco Bell and so when I went there, got my meal, went home, realized it was the completely wrong meal.
Oh,
I got
what Taco Bell was it?
the one on by the mall.
Oh, that one's the good one.
That's what I'm saying. And so I went there and I got the 3 Doritos Locos Tacos. I love those. Those are great. And they gave me 2 bean burritos.
Oof.
Completely different on the spectrum of Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I'm not a big bean burrito guy. I'm not even a big bean guy.
Okay.
So I went home and I was like, dang, okay, I'm hungry. And so I still had ramen, and then I realized that I bought myself some broccoli. So I steamed the broccoli, and then I made ramen, and I put them together, and I had like this ramen broccoli type of vibe. It was great.
You just gotta shred up some chicken or
Yes.
dice up some chicken.
You can do so much with it.
Dude, put some eggs in it.
Yeah.
Egg ramen, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
What
I
a
love
picture.
breakfast.
I do too.
I love food.
Ramen's not
So
breakfast,
good.
but I think it's.
Hey, it can
It
be
could be.
breakfast.
I guess depending on what I don't think. Why do you think it could be breakfast? Just
Because
because
anything could be breakfast food.
Anything is breakfast when you eat it
I
early
disagree.
enough.
I disagree. Do you think cold
Disagree.
pizza? Okay, wait, never mind.
Yes.
What
You think-
about
You think
Pizza?
having cold pizza in the morning is breakfast?
It can
It can
be.
be?
Yeah.
What about this?
I've done that.
is a donut breakfast?
Yes.
I-
I,
Donuts breakfast,
see, I think
or is
so.
it like a dessert?
See, I think so.
think both.
Both?
Yeah.
I think
My
so.
family would grow up eating donuts for dessert. Like my grandparents would bring them over.
Uh huh.
But I've also had them for breakfast.
Yeah.
So
See, I have
I
that
think
too.
donuts
It
are a
goes both
breakfast
way.
meal.
Whenever I go home, my family and I usually it's either like we have coffee in the mornings. Like Saturday morning, it's literally like it's. Picture this, okay?
Okay.
West Virginia, all right. It's sunny.
Mama.
Mountain Mama, take me home. It's sunny. All right, the birds are chirping. They're singing, bro. Okay, and we have a cup of coffee. We go outside, sit on the porch. We have a cup of coffee and the donut. That's the perfect morning. Perfect Saturday
yeah.
morning.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, what's it called? Dunkin'
Dunkin'
Donuts.
Donuts, yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts. So you go and get your coffee. You know what else you have to get if you go there?
Donut.
A donut in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Emma and I, we went yesterday. We got some coffee, and we got a donut. I think breakfast donuts are a breakfast meal.
I agree.
I follow a guy. He works in like Barstool, Chicago, and every Saturday he gets like a dozen donuts every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
But dude,
You know how Dave Portnoy does his pizza reviews?
Yeah.
We should do a donut review.
Oh.
dude,
I think we could.
that'd be sick.
I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun.
6'8".
We have some really cool things coming up this next semester with TRS. Last time was really cool, actually. We had a Dave spoke in high school, and then Caleb, the new
Spoke in middle
pastor,
school.
spoke in middle school. We have a new series coming up that I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
It's about just like I really like the topic, and I'm glad I get to be a part of it. This topic, but it's about like cultural, like just like countercultural Christianity.
Yeah,
When Dave told me about it, I was kind of confused on what it meant. So, like, can you give me a little more information on like kind of like what is the whole heart behind this new series? Why did we choose to do something like this, especially right now in this kind of season for these students' lives?
yeah. I mean, in American culture right now, there's like the Book of John. 1 John says the world will hate you, but remember that the world has hated Jesus first. And so we need to know that the world is, like, when we're Christ followers, the world is naturally going to push us to try to get to follow them and be able to tempt us with our desires of our flesh, the desires of our eyes, all of these different things. And that's just the way the culture is. We need to be counterculture. And so that means like standing firm in our convictions and having love in action, and then also being the salt and the light to this world. And so that's kind of how it's a 3-week series. That's kind of how that series is going to be laid out. It's like standing firm in your faith. It's like, hey, God has convicted me of this, and no matter what way the wind blows, I'm still going to stand here because I know what is right. And so I love it. There's one of the Supreme Court justices. He said in an interview that no matter which way a thunderstorm goes, no matter which way the wind blows, no matter how high the waves are, no matter no matter the circumstances surround you, on a compass, north is still north, right? And so in the same way, truth is still truth and right is still right. So no matter what's going on around you, you need to stand firm in your convictions that God has placed on your hearts.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. What do you think that I'm going to kind of play in a student's mindset right now? For in our students, like this is like we've said this before on the podcast, but this is a really important time for like for their students because this is like really the time that they really get to discover like their faith with the Lord and stuff like that, and really kind of their faith almost doesn't become their parents' faith; it becomes their own faith, and they get to really express that, and they get to really feel like see what that looks like. But there's also a lot of busyness that comes with that. It comes with what they're doing right now. We've talked about it a little bit in the podcast last Thursday about sports and just like the amount of pressure that it has and the amount of just like, I can't come to church on a Wednesday night because, of this, because there's just so much going on.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was there, like being a student, a high school student, that was always the thing. It was just like, I didn't go to school with a lot of Christians. It was a public school in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people were Christians. Not a lot of people would necessarily say, oh yeah, I believe in that. How can we continue to like stand firm in our faith when we're surrounded by that aspect of like, it's not the most important thing to have that belief in Jesus. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think that a lot of it is just like recognizing that when these issues come up, like recognizing that you need to kind of discover that for yourself and do the research yourself, instead of just listening to what your parents believe. Because like just having, like an example is, like LGBTQ stuff. You have a classmate that's really into that, and they're like, oh well, do you agree with this or do you not? And if you say no, I don't agree, like that's just how I was raised, but they're gonna ask you why. Like, why do you not believe that stuff? Why do you not follow that stuff? And like you have to be prepared to give those answers. And so I think like knowing why you believe it is a really big thing. And like Pastor Cody, Pastor Caleb, like they're all here to help you figure that stuff out. So I would encourage you to talk to other people as well. It's really important.
Yeah, so like understanding what God's word says about cultural issues, but then also a super important thing is to have the community of believers around you in your school. And that's why we do life groups by school, so that you know the Christians in your school that you go to church with, and that you're able to grow in your relationship with them, but also with the Lord. So as you guys are having the accountability, they're able to stand firm in their faith. So just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, it wasn't one person standing up when everyone else was kneeling down. It was those three guys standing together so that they could ultimately glorify God and not bow down to the other idols that everyone else was doing in their culture.
Yeah, I like the idea of just the fact of we live in a culture, being able to love and celebrate Jesus in a culture that doesn't really like, for students may not express it as much. And I love the story of just the woman at the well, and Jesus really the Samaritan woman who truly just let culture define her.
Yeah.
And that was her she really let it just get into her, and then that was what she found herself in. No one could love her because culture was telling her she was this or she was that, or she was unclean or unworthy of that. And then she meets Jesus, who is like, nah, what I mean, like, not in my eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just switched something in her. And I love the scripture because it literally says how like when she really grasped that belief in Jesus and that love in Jesus, the buckets that she was carrying with the water, she was able to like have the strength to just take it off her shoulders, and throw it, and
It's
then
a
go
beautiful
tell people
picture.
about Jesus.
Yeah.
And so I think that with that mindset of like culture is just, it changes quite often. And
it's constantly changing.
It is constantly changing
with the improvements of technology and with like the views of different people leaning different ways. Like culture is always changing, and it always will change, and it always has changed.
But what doesn't change is the love that Jesus has for us.
In the word of the Lord, yes.
In the word of the Lord.
Yeah.
And understanding that and grasping that idea is super important.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about this series. I think it's going to really open the eyes of just like, how can I love God in a self-desiring world? How can I love God in a culture that's telling me I have to be different, I have to act differently, I have to do this differently, and I have to believe in this? And I think it's going to really, I'm just really excited about it.
I'm so excited for it. This is going to be so good.
Yeah, don't let culture define you. Let Christ define you. And then when you understand, when you accept that Christ defines you, you're going to act a lot differently than when you believe that culture defines you.
Yeah, that's good.
Because what ultimately defines you is how you're going to act and how you're going to live. And then, so when you when you let culture define you, you're going to live the way culture tells you to live.
Right.
But when you let Christ define you, you're going to live the way Christ has told you to live.
That's good.
And so those are completely different things. And when you're when you're living the way Christ has called you to do it, you're going to be able to stand firm. You're going to be able to love. You're going to be able to be salt and light in the world, so that the people that are living in the culture are able to understand the love and understand the grace that Jesus has, so that they can ultimately give their lives to Jesus and live the way Christ has called them to live.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
What's up?
So my friends and I were talking about this last night at dinner.
Okay.
Do you guys put ice in your drinks?
Ice in our drinks.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like in anything. Like do you
Like
put
anything?
Like
do you put ice in your soda or in your water or juice?
So, like, if something is in the fridge, I'm not going to put ice in it.
Okay.
But if it's already, like, I had iced coffee this morning. It already wasn't, like, it was just in the pot from yesterday. So, to make it iced coffee, what did I have to do?
Add ice.
Put ice in it. So, to make it cold.
Now, like, I have these Yeti coolers, and I've had this. I take this around with me everywhere I go. I will still put ice in it because if I have a warm drink, like coffee is fine. Like for coffee, that's supposed to, for me, I can't drink iced coffee.
Really?
I have to have hot coffee.
Wow.
It's just weird for me to have iced coffee.
Okay.
And like during the summer, like I might not even drink
Coffee?
because that just so for me, I do kind of have to have ice.
Okay.
Yeah. Why do you not like ice in your drinks?
It's just most of the time they're already cold. So like
What
I
do-
don't
what do
need
you-
it. And I don't like chewing ice.
Don't like
So
chewing ice?
like I know some people who will but I know some people who will like when it's in their drink they'll eat the ice afterwards and
that's
it's just like I don't like it's too cold
The only thing
in
is,
my mouth.
it's like you don't know how dirty those ice machines
Right.
are.
Yeah.
It's like if you go to McDonald's, like I don't want to think about that. But the thing is, what if you get sweet tea from McDonald's and you say no ice? It's like it's not going to be cold because
No.
That's
it's not
okay.
in the cold. What? It's okay.
Yeah.
The lukewarm drink.
Sure.
So I have somebody who gets
Yikes.
sweet tea without ice at McDonald's.
Okay.
And I actually, when I worked at Chick-fil-A, this is how they did it as well. Basically, I would have people come to me and order just sweet tea
and a
without
side of-
ice, and
a
then a
cup
side
of
of
ice.
cup of ice.
Yeah, to get more.
Yes, to get more ice, and then they would put it in.
Oh.
They
So you
wanted
get
a lot
more
more ice.
drink.
You also get more tea, but you also get a lot more ice.
Mm.
So I've also seen
Yes.
that. But I have to kind of have ice. Ever had this
Yeah.
like this? I love these memes, but it's like when you wake up in like the middle of the night and you're like completely thirsty, like your throat is all
Oh my
dried
gosh,
out.
you're like,
and
Oh
you're
my
like,
goodness.
and you're like, when you have just like a nice ice cup of water right next to you, bro, it is medicine basically. It is great, and then I can go back to bed. It's like back to bed in a heavenly
Yes.
sleep, man.
That's
It's
so
great.
funny.
It's great. So I have to have ice, basically.
ice is water.
Ice is water.
Frozen.
I guess that is one of
I don't know what I'm
the.
saying.
I will say that is one of the least cool things about ice, though, is that it is water. So like if you put it in a drink, it'll melt, and then your drink becomes really watery.
Yeah.
So that
and
is
that's
one
the other
thing
reason,
about it.
especially when you put it in iced coffee. Like
Right.
then it gets watery and it's like
So Blue Ridge Bagels, you know that place?
Yeah.
yes.
It's on Leesville Road.
I've never been.
When they make their iced coffee, they use their coffee in like as their ice. Like the ice cubes are made of their coffee.
Nice.
Isn't that awesome?
That's crazy.
That's actually really
So that like when it like melts,
Right.
it's not watered down. it's coffeeed down. so it's like the coffee melts as the ice, which is cool.
That is
cool.
nice.
That's cool.
Dude, Blue Ridge Bagels.
Shout out Blue Ridge Bagels.
I love going there after like Bible Club on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Just go and get myself a
Blue Ridge
everything
Bagel.
bagel with cream cheese. Dude, we're back on the topic of breakfast.
Speaking of, I did see where McDonald's is partnering with Krispy Kreme
No
donuts.
way.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Don't expect it until the end of 2026, but it is. It is coming.
Man.
It is coming. Maybe.
What does that look
Lynchburg
like?
Just happens to be. I think it just looks like them just selling Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh, okay.
Like
We used to
McDonald's.
have Krispy Kreme in Lynchburg.
I love
Oh,
Krispy
wow.
Kreme donuts, especially the
it
ones
shut
that like
down
they
now.
just come out of the warmer too.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, they are good.
this podcast is gonna make people hungry.
Well, hey, now that we're on the topic of food and breakfast again, I am starving. And it's been a really good conversation. We're super excited for this series the next few weeks.
It's gonna be great.
I love hanging out with you guys, being able to talk about life and just everything. I mean, we talked about wrestling, we talked about food, we talked about culture, like so many things, but I'm really hungry.
Me
So,
too.
Yeah, I think now is a great time to kind of wrap things up and we can go get some lunch. I have some fruit, but I might want to go to Chipotle or,
I will be making
or
ramen.
Taco Bell. Or, yeah, ramen.
I will be making ramen.
So
I'm on a budget.
budget, yeah. Hey, well, thanks for coming out. Thanks for listening.
Thank you
Yes,
guys.
thank you.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We have brand new episodes coming out every Thursday night at 7 p.m.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure once this airs, the next Sunday we will be doing our baptisms. Correct?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So be there for that.
Be there.
It's gonna be so much fun. I'm excited.
So,
I'm excited.
all right. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
See you later.
See ya.